Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. Now, continuing on with our journey and road trip from Melbourne to Perth, we stop at the place called Terowie, or more in particular at the railway station. Now, there's a lot of history here, and what I'm about to do with the voiceover is more the research stuff as opposed to when we do the walk around and it's me surmising. So, Terowie railway station was first funded as a private venture by a John A. Mitchell, who built a public house on the road, or on the main road, near the Inkermann Mine. The railway station was opened in 1880 when the line to Adelaide was completed. The Trans-Australian Railway opened in 1917 and business escalated until its closure in 1937 when the Adelaide to Redhill line was extended to Port Pirie. With the opening of the Leigh Creek Coalfield in the 1940s, the volume of freight transhipped increased again. This ceased when the opening of the Stirling North to Marree line on the 27th of July 1957. As part of the conversion of the Port Augusta to the Broken Hill line to standard gauge, the line north of Terowie to Peterborough was converted to broad gauge on the 12th of January 1970, thus making Peterborough the break of gauge point. The station closed for regular passenger use on the 13th of December 1986. The last passenger train, a steam rail Victoria tour using Victorian locomotive R761, used the station on the 6th of June 1987. The line through Terowie was taken up in 1992-93. Now, we're going to run out of time with these images, and more information has been found, and I'll bring that up when the drone goes up about the World War II connection. Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. Now, this is a historical railway station, and the other reason I've come here is because the guy at the service station where I was getting petrol, and I said I was going to this other town, said, oh no, there's more history here than the one you're going to, even though it's only about 10 minutes further up. And I've made my way here, and being ex-military reservist, it sort of made my ears prick up, and I thought, yes, I did learn that at school. And this particular town, I'm not sure how we're pronouncing it correctly, but I'll give it my best shot. Terowie, T-E-R-O-W-I-E. And this is where General MacArthur, during World War II, told the public, I shall return. Now, I think if you're of a certain generation, you would have recalled that quote, that he will return. And that was said on this platform at this immediate location. I'll spin the camera around, show you where he actually said it. And for some reason, I just kept thinking it was somewhere in Queensland where he would have said this, not here. But this was a huge staging area for the military, and it was also a major thoroughfare for all the gauges for the railways, from my understanding. So I'll spin the camera around, show you the little station, and let's see what we see. So here's the plaque where that famous statement was made by General Douglas MacArthur in Terowie, I think is how I'm going to pronounce it. And there's a photo there. So there you go. I did not know that this was the location. So we're walking through history here, which is just great. And I'll just show you some of the platform. You can camp out here, which is great. You've got no power, but that's okay. So you've got a few people here. I've just parked in front of the station, so you can't actually see the motorhome. But we'll have a good look around. I think this is going to be something pretty good. So there is another stone plaque here. So once again, once I get close enough and you feel you can zoom in, once you hit pause, do so if you want to keep reading. So the story goes, he said this in March the 20th in 1942, that I shall return. Very good. And as you can see, quite a number of platforms here. And it is a historical site without a shadow of doubt. Very, very good. And as you can see, there's no railways that come through here anymore. Once again, I do like the palm trees, so whoever put those up, well done. And this is the station, this is the back of it. I'm not sure if anything's been removed, and this is the only thing they've been able to salvage, I don't know. Or if it was smaller or bigger, no idea, can't tell you. Hopefully, I will be able to find some historical images. Now just bear in mind, this is just purely a spur of the moment location I've come to, only because the guy at the gas station at this town said, oh no, you've got to come up here, and which I have, so I'm very grateful to him. That was just a great tip. I wouldn't have known anything about this because I didn't even put it on my list of things to look at. So here we have another plaque here. And once again, I'll just zoom in and just press pause and have a read at your own leisure. So if this was a military camp, which it was, so I'm assuming all the recruits from Australia in relation to maybe just South Australia would come to this location, I don't know. It's going to require a little bit more research. And once again, once the drone goes up, if I find anything new and if I'm able to find any old photos, that's when I'll bring up the more factual stuff than me now just surmising on what we're looking at. And this is your station sign on the platform. I don't think it's original. I think it's been put there to highlight where the original maybe once was. And there's actually two of them. And as you can see, someone's looking after it, which is great. And it looks like it's a place where people come to camp, which is very good. Put up their tents, park up their motorhomes and call it a night. So this is the back of the railway station, or the buildings that are associated with it. It's all been repointed, and I'm assuming that they're reusing all the original stone that was once there. They put a new roof on, which is fantastic, and that does very much look like the original chimney in the middle there on the roof lining. So once again, it doesn't look like there was any platforms on this side at all. So you'd have to cross the tracks there, go onto the platform and then board when the trains would come. Or so I surmise. Once again, under no circumstances should anyone think that I'm an expert on anything that I'm telling you as I'm doing the walk around. I'm just second guessing like a total novice, and if I get it wrong, I get it wrong, and please don't hold that against me. I'm just sort of verbalising what I'm looking at. That's all pretty good. It's all closed, which it should be. I don't think they have any cafes or restaurant or anything here. It is a heritage overlay or protected without a shadow of doubt. Now this board is pretty poor. I think it might need a new sign because this one's a little bit harder to read. It is heritage listed with the state of South Australia. It's listed here. It was in 2016 when that all occurred, which is just great. So in 2014 they really had arranged and funded a project to conserve the significance of the place and make it safe and secure while maintaining views for the interior through new screen doors. So you should be able to see in. We'll have a see if we can see what we see inside. And here's a total overview. You can see it very busy. And the actual station's way over here. And it doesn't look like there's anything extra that's there. It had a lot of sidings to one side. And this was taken in 1966, so it's pretty active till then. Wow. Once again, if you would like to have a read, press pause and have a read. And then we come over here. This gives you a more timeline, and you can see what's happened here. Just zoom in, press pause, and you can see the last broad gauge goods train departed from Terowie in February of '88. Very good. And you can see the map of Adelaide just here, and we're here. So it's in that sort of portion, if that sort of can visualise it for you, of South Australia. So there is a water tank here that you can get water, but it's telling you not to drink from it. So I'm not sure if you can boil it or if you have to use filters, but it's not for immediate drinking from. So this is this shed here. I'll see if I can get a bit of an image. Oh, we can, but I'll catch it from this side. I think this side's going to give us a little bit more of a view inside it with the remaining light that we have. So it's just an empty, I don't know if that's coming through. There's your fireplace. And it's a total empty room. Maybe one day it'll be a display of stuff, who's to say. But it is what it is. Very, very good. Terrific. Now it does suggest this whole area next to the railway station, it's pretty much open, is that staging area for the military during World War II. I'm just curious if we can find a photo. And there was even an overpass. Take a look at this photo. This one's a beauty. And there was even some sort of structure on the platform with that building right there. Wow. Well, there you go. It's sad to see that it no longer functions. But it is what it is. Who knows, maybe one day when the population explodes or we have no fuel for diesel and they bring back the steam engines again, or electric ones, who's to say. So there you go, very, very interesting. I do like that photo. It really does show you how they went about doing parcels and whatnot for delivery out in the rural areas. I guess not everyone had cars, but with today's road trains and large trucks, pretty much everything now can be delivered that way. And maybe it wasn't cost effective. Very good. Okay, now jumping back in with more researched information as opposed to the walk around. There is a lot more information about this particular station and its World War II connection. So, in March the 20th, 1942, while changing trains in Terowie, United States General Douglas MacArthur was interviewed by two journalists from the Adelaide Advisor newspaper regarding the Battle of the Philippines. And he said, and I quote, "The President of the United States ordered me to break through the Japanese lines and proceed from Corregidor to Australia for the purpose, as I understand it, of organising an American offensive against Japan, the primary purpose of which is to relieve of the Philippines. I came through and I shall return," was the quote. The following morning, the Advertiser printed the interview with MacArthur under the headline, "I shall return." MacArthur used the phrase repeatedly in his press releases until his return to Manila in February 1945. The event is commemorated by a plaque on the platform, which misquotes his remark. So visitors can view the granite monument and brass plaque commemorating the spot where the iconic vow was made, and located on the western platform of the now disused Terowie railway station. During World War II, Terowie was a major logistic hub because of its break of gauge railway, meaning all passengers and freight had to switch trains here. MacArthur's "I shall return" promise became a massive rallying cry for Allied forces and the people of the Philippines throughout the rest of the war. And once again, all the credits and references to the voiceover and the old photos and images will be in the link below. So please enjoy the remaining aerial view.
So once again, this was just a spur of the moment stop. I hope you did like this video. I find this quite fascinating that General Magartha was here, and we are pretty much in the middle of nowhere. But if you did like the video, by all means, click on the like button or the thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent, but it really does help the channel immensely. But other than that, and most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And thank you for your time for watching.